DJ Kartel, DJ Kartel.
What's going on, world? It's yours truly, DJ, your boy, and you're at the latest episode of The Night Bug. I got with me tonight, PR. Aura.
How's it going? How you doing?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Glad to be here.
That's what's up, man. So, tell the world who you are.
Well, my name is Stephen Kane. Everyone calls me PR. I'm the founder and head audio engineer for Fandom Airwaves. That's FANTOM Airwaves, just so everybody knows. And I'm a producer in Huntsville, audio engineer, and I do all kinds of sorts of music.
So tell the world, your story. How did it all begin with you?
At a young age. Started at, I'd say about 9 or 10 years old. I can't really remember. But my mom had a tiny piano for her little Spanish class. Mm-hmm. And, they have little preset songs on there. And one of them was For Elise by Beethoven. And at 9 years old, I'm over here trying to figure that out note by note. And I'm learning it. And eventually I figured it out. And I learned I have a knack with tune and music. And so that puts me to joining the band in middle school. Funny story about that. I had no idea what instruments were or anything, so my mom's recommendation, man, don't judge me, but it was the flute. Yeah, she had put me on the flute, and I had this rusty flute, and I go and sit down and I look around and I see what's going on here, and I'm just like, I don't want to play this instrument. I'm not comfortable here. I want to be playing the drums, man.
Yeah.
So I remember the band director telling me that if you feel lightheaded, let me know and we'll see if we can organize a new instrument for you. And I was like, oh, this is my perfect opportunity. I raised my hand. I was like, hey, I'm lightheaded. I don't want to do this. And he was like, do you want to play the saxophone? I'm like, no. I want to play the drums. Yeah. Put me on the drums. Best decision of my life. I had a knack for that too. After I played the drums, I dropped out of the drum line senior year. I was running around with studios at that point, being 17. Mm-hmm. I had my first gig playing piano for the Block Beaters.
Okay.
Yeah. I had to play piano for a few of their tracks that I don't know if y'all are familiar with the local group with Dizzy and Roy Bettahalf.
Okay.
Yeah, I did piano for their group. Rest in peace, Roy. Moved on from there. By 19, I had met Breeze. I was in an apartment complex, and he was my neighbor. Okay. And he put me on hip-hop, because I was trying to do some failed punk rock, crossover type thing, and it just wasn't working out. So he'd put me on the hip-hop thing, and I was still trying to sing and do this whiny voice, punk rock thing, but eventually it flowed over the next few years into just straight engineering and doing heavy, hip-hop and very solely, that kind of genre and that aspect, even though I dabbled in other stuff too. Okay.
So what all kind of genres would you say you do now?
Like I said, mainly hip hop, mm-hmm. Rap, but I'm very strong with R&B. Recording Wade Brown is, dude, one of the best things that I love doing it. He's always got the heat when he comes to the studio. Just something new, something different.
I loved his last album too. That was
fun. That was a fun one.
And you produced that one, right?
I produced it. The beats were of different producers, but overall I managed to produce the whole album, put it together and engineer, record it and all that stuff. And man, immersing myself in that project was awesome. Going outside to just listen to it, go run back inside to work on the creation a little bit more, and then run back outside to listen to it, run back in, make some changes. It was a lot of fun. Other than that, I've done country, mm-hmm. a country pop crossover, and I've dabbled in a lot of alternative type style musics with people from California, and that's a lot of fun. You can catch some of their music on my YouTube channel. But overall, hip hop and R&B, man. That's where I stick to the most.
Man, and you are amazing at it.
Thank you.
Man, definitely I always give it say say that you're my favorite producer in town. Like,
Oh,
straight
yeah,
up.
I love hearing it. Hey.
I'm a huge fan.
Thank
So,
you.
like, what would you say, like, separates you from other producers in the city?
Well, first off, shout out to all the producers in the city.
Yes.
Okay, man, we're all coming with new ideas. We're the ground foundation for what these artists are trying to do, and so everybody has a knack for what they're doing, and it's really cool because everyone stays in their own lane. But if I had to be very blunt about this, I would say it's my attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
It's like painting a picture when you're engineering on top of producing. It's like, you know, you've got your, you know, some Picassos, or I don't know what the names of these artists are, but you know, like the ones that they're slapping paint on there and stuff, and they're just, you know, boom, there it is, you know, but it's dope, it sounds great, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's the ones that are like mosaics, and they're just like, you know, piecing these little tiny pieces together, and and it takes time, and you know,
Right.
That's what I am. I like to take time with what I do, and so my attention to detail, I think, separates me from other producers around here, as well as just my ability to understand music, you know, music theory and just general knowledge of what notes are supposed to go where and what aren't, you know, what's allowed, what's not, even though there's not really a rule set to music, but I have my own general rule set that I follow.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, like, as a producer, many could say that, you know, you're an artist in a lot of ways as well. So, like, be that as it may, what would you say are, like, some similarities and some differences that you could compare between you and an artist that you actually record?
That's a really great question, because I've thought about this a lot too, and you can consider a lot of things when it comes to artists, because, you know, you've got painters, you've got rappers, singers, producers. I even include sports, you know, in this category, because what you hustle for and what you grind for all comes out to an end result that you're striving for. And with sports, you know, you're always, you know, exercising. With singing, you know, you're always practicing, you're grinding, you're promoting yourself, you know, it's all one and the same in that category. And I think that's the similarity that I share with them, even though I'm not necessarily a vocalist myself. I still have to grind and hustle and promote the same way that they do.
Yeah. Okay. So what would you say are more of the differences there?
The differences, you know, I'm not good with lyrics at all. And that's why I do what I do. But you know, an artist will come out and they'll be like, "Well, what do you think? Should I have said that, or should I change this word up?" And I am clueless on what to say and to help them. You know, I can tell them, you know, hey, I like the tone, you know, or hey, attack it, you know, a little stronger, you know, use some more chest into that part. But lyrically, I'm blind, man. I'm deaf. I can't understand. I can't tell you the lyrics to my favorite song. I can't tell you the lyrics to songs that I've been listening to for years. Difference
it's funny,
wise,
the way you listen to music is just completely differently. A lot of people would be like, how can you say a song is your favorite song if you don't know the words? But for you, you don't get that out of the song.
No.
You get something completely different.
No, and a lot of instrumentals can be my favorite songs, and typically are.
I like to hear, like, everyone that comes and hear, like, their perspective and how they listen to music, because it's funny how, like, as a DJ, people will come to me all the time and like, play something good, and I'm like,
Yeah.
do you understand how complicated of a request that is? Because what I find is good is not what I'm playing in this club tonight.
Exactly. Right. And that's why I'm glad I'm not a DJ. I'm stuck in my room and doing my own thing. You know, nobody to bother me, and I still get bothered. But I mean, not from the stories I hear that y'all go through.
But I love how just everyone listens and just what everyone gets out of music, because it puts people through a different avenue, a different perspective, a different feeling, and it's good to just tap into that and really ask that question, because a lot of times we assume that the song feels the way to me the same way that it feels to you, and that's not always the case. The song is fire because it reaches out to many different elements at once. That's how artists like Drake and things have grew up and blew up, because like they know how to connect to many people at one time.
And speaking of Drake on that point, and I'm not sure how true this is because I never get my information directly. I always hear it through my friends. But Breeze, you know, my best friend, you know, an artist locally here.
Shout out Lucas Breeze.
Yeah, shout out. He told me one day that Drake had confronted a fan who had said, "Why don't you play the same music that you used to?" You know, well, he had made that music for you. If you like that music, go back and listen to that music. You know, I'm progressing, you know, with the decade with
right.
music. And I'm not sure how accurately I'm telling that story, but the whole point of him, you know, saying that is, you know, if you want to listen to that style of music, then go back and listen to it. You know, that's what he made it for. You don't have what's good to you then could be good, you know, to somebody else at a different time frame that he came out with music.
And that's powerful, dude. And I'm gonna say something else too. I can't wait to see you rock this performance in the studio.
I completely forgot about it already.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Yo, so before we go ahead and do that, let everybody know where they can find you, where they can listen to you.
Okay, you can find me at all platforms, SPR Kane, that's SPRKANE. You can find me on Snap, you can IG me, you can, I don't even know if I'm saying all this right. I'm not a very good social media guy, but I do put content out. You can especially find my music on my YouTube channel. It is Phantom Airwaves is the name to look up for that channel. Subscribe. You can hear me post all my new music there, and then eventually I'll put it on the distributors like Apple Music and Amazon and all that stuff. But catch it there on the YouTube. Subscribe, like. Go to phantomairwaves.com and contact me. And I think that's about it. I think I covered it all.
Man, well, let's get to it.
All right, let's do it.